Okay, Unit 86, About You. Exercise 1. Introduce yourself. Now, we have some questions. So, what's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? What's your job? I think it's really easy. So we can answer like, well, my name is John. I'm from England. How old are you? Well, I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. Or, what's your job? I'm a student at the moment. Or, I'm a teacher. Or, I'm an engineer. So, next, family. Here. Have you got any brothers or sisters? Are you married or single? Have you got any children? Now, when I answer, I usually use the short answers. Have you got any brothers or sisters? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Are you married? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Have you got any children? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Така, обърнете внимание на кратките отговори. Смея да кажа, че употребата само на yes и no на моменти може да звучи неучтиво. Routines. Okay, once again we have some questions there. And you can see that we use here the present simple tense. Така, виждате, че във въпросите, които следват, използваме сегашно просто време. Okay? Действия по принцип. Where do you live? Where do you study? Where do you work? What time do you get up in the morning? What time do you come back home in the evening? Do you have breakfast? What do you usually have for breakfast? What do you do at the weekend? So, if we have to answer, once again we use the present simple tense. Yes, I live in Sofia. I study at the university. I get up at 7. Okay. What time do you come back home in the evening? I come back home at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. Do you have breakfast? Well, I usually skip my breakfast. To skip, пропускам, прескачам. Okay. What do you do the weekend? Well, I usually have a rest. Okay. I stay at home. Sometimes I go out for a walk. And so on. Okay, I use the present simple tense to express some routines. Next, present activities. Now, why are you studying English? Are you learning any other foreign languages? What are you doing at the moment? Where are you? Обърнете внимание, въпросите тук са в продължително време. Why are you studying English? How do you understand this question? Okay? Does it mean that I'm studying English now? Or it sounds in general? Дали въпросът, който имаме, касае ситуация сега в момента, или по принцип питам защо учиш английски? Когато говорим за продължителното време, най-лесният начин то да стигне до нас е да кажем, че то касае момента на говоренето. Смея да кажа обаче, че много често излизаме от тази рамка и трябва да кажем, че продължителните времена по принцип акцентират, поставят един акцент върху контекста на това, което казвам много често. Те ще касаят както момента на говоренето, така и конкретна ситуация също. Още нещо. Те доста често ще акцентират върху повторяемост. Например, I'm usually checking my email every 5 minutes. Okay, there is some accent there. Има един акцент има един акцент там по отношение на това, че всеки 5 минути аз правя това. Така, и в този смисъл I'm studying English because, well, I want to find a better job. Are you learning any other foreign languages? Well, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. What are you doing at the moment? Well, this is a question, okay, which is about the present moment, right now. Let's say I'm having a lesson, yes? So, moving on. Future plans. When we talk about future plans, once again we have some questions there. What are you going to do this evening? What are you going to do the weekend? Where are you going for your next holiday? Now, we know that going to expresses intention. Знаем, че going to изразява намерение, планиране, така че това е най-добрият начин да питаме за намерения. Okay, what are you going to do this evening? What are you planning? This is the meaning there, yes? Okay. What are you going to do at the weekend? Have you got any plans for the weekend? This is what I'm asking, yes? This is what I want to know. Okay. Where are you going for your next holiday? So, here, and if I have to answer, well, I'm going to watch a film and then I'm going to bed. Yes? What are you going to do the weekend? Well, I'm going to have a rest. Okay? This is what I think that I would do. Okay? So, where are you going for your next holiday? Well, I'm going to the seaside. Yes? Moving on. Birthdays. When is your birthday? What do you usually do on your birthday? Now, my birthday is on the 12th of April. Okay? Or on April 12th. Pay attention, something that we have studied. I can say on the 12th of April or on April 12th. Така, обърнете внимание, имаме два стила за изразяване на датите. Окей? Най-напред дата, месец, година. В този смисъл, обърнете внимание, започваме с определителния член. Месецът се въвежда с of. Окей? On the 12th of April. Вторият стил, месецът, след това датата. On April 12th. So, okay, moving on, interests and hobbies. So, give me a second. Okay, let's see. What do you like doing in your free time? Have you got a hobby? What is it? Do you play any sports? Which? Have you got a pet? What is it? So, once again, we have some questions that are in general. We have the present simple tense, yes? So, this is the idea. Така, обърнете внимание, отново въпросите, които имаме в сегашно просто време, ние търсим едни отговори, които касаят нещо по принцип, тип обективна истина. Така че, present simple tense sounds best. Okay? So here I can say, I've got a pet. It's a dog. Yes? And I have a cat too. Yes? So, let's move on. Yesterday. When we talk about yesterday, well, it's a moment in the past. So, quite clear, we use the past simple tense, yes? What did you do yesterday? What time did you go back home? What did you have for dinner? What time did you go to bed? Now, well, okay, let's say like this. Yesterday, I woke up at about 7. I had my breakfast. Then I went to work. Okay. I worked until 4 p.m. and I came back home at about 6 p.m. Then I had dinner, and in the evening I watched some TV and I went to bed with a smile on my face. Обърнете внимание, че минало просто време стои изключително добре за изброяване на някакви действия в миналото. Когато говорим за simple tenses, по принцип simple tenses, те не поставят акцент върху действието само по себе си. Така че те стоят изключително добре, когато изброявам някакви действия, като нещо, което се е случило в миналото. Между другото, хубаво е да кажем, че по същата логика ние можем да използваме present simple tense, когато разказваме една история, или по същият начин, когато съобщаваме някакви действия едно след друго. В сегашни времена. Вижте, аз мога да разкажа една историйка в сегашно време и в този контекст акцента ще падне по-скоро върху действието, а не кога се е случило то. И имахме един много хубав урок, който беше нещо от сорта: Two men come to New York, they stay at a really nice hotel and they decide to go out and to have some fun there. Yes? So they go to a club there, they stay there until midnight, and when they come back to their hotel, the elevator there isn't working. Така, на практика казано по този начин, в сегашни времена, звучиме по един начин, при който важно е действието, което се случва, а не толкова кога това е станало. Още веднъж. Two men come to New York, they stay at a really nice hotel, so they decide to go out and to have some fun. So they go to a club, they stay there until midnight, and when they come back to their hotel, the elevator isn't working. Обърнете внимание, че накрая казвам when they come back, the elevator isn't working. The continuous tense. Why? Just because, okay, it is about a particular situation. When they come back there, the elevator isn't working. Така, или продължителното време, освен като момент, ще акцентира и върху ситуация. Точно в момента, когато те се прибират, асансьора не работи. The elevator isn't working. So, good. Moving on. Holidays. Where did you go for your last summer holiday? Where did you stay? How long did you stay? Did you like it? Why? So, you see here, once again, the past simple tense, and the answers should be in the past, okay? So you're talking about your last summer holiday. So, I went to the seaside, I stayed there for a week, and I liked it a lot. Yes, something that happened. It was last summer. And finally, experiences. Have you ever been abroad? Where have you been? Have you ever lived in a foreign country? So, okay, we have the perfect tense. What do we know there? It expresses some kind of finished action that is related to the present. Перфектно време, един завършен резултат, който по някакъв начин е свързан с сега. Аз търся този резултат сега. Have you ever been abroad? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, where have you been? Well, I've been to some countries like Italy, Germany, France, England. Yes. Have you ever lived in a foreign country? No, I haven't. Yes. Oh, yes, I have. Така, на практика перфектно време, сегашно перфектно време, изразява завършено действие. Но когато аз го използвам, аз съобщавам просто този факт като такъв, който се е случил. Нищо повече. Кога е било? Не е важно. Ако продължа where, well, или when was that, задължително аз трябва да продължа в past tenses. Okay? For example, yes, I have lived abroad. It was 2 years ago. I went to Italy and I stayed there for 6 months. So I lived there for 6 months. Обърнете внимание, for въвежда период от време. Yes, и то не само в перфектни времена. Разликата при перфектните времена ще бъде в периода, който е започнал някъде в миналото и продължава до сега, при условие, че този период е изцяло затворен в миналото. Past tenses. So, that's it. Okay, next exercise. Yes. Свържете примерите с съответното глаголно време. Number 1. I'm working on a project about old buildings. I'm working. It's the continuous or the progressive tense. Present, continuous or the progressive. D. Yes. So here the answer should be D. Yes. Number 2. Okay, here. I was sleeping at 7 yesterday morning. Okay. Past continuous. Okay. Or past progressive. Definitely it's E. Okay. Number 3. Where do they live? Okay. Present simple tense. Which is present simple? Okay. Present simple I. Okay. Number 4. We didn't have any free time last night. Past simple. A. Five. Kate and Harry are getting married next month. They are getting married. Which is the tense there? Next month. It expresses something in the future. Okay. So, present progressive, future meaning. G. Okay. So next, have you ever been in hospital? Okay, present perfect tense, B. And number 7, I will tell her if I see her. Okay, I will tell her if I see her. So, this is what? Okay, let's see. Actually, we have two simple sentences. I will tell her if I see her. In the first part, well, we have the future tense. In the second part, I see her. If I see her is present simple. But this is first conditional. We shall study it. Okay, so definitely I will mark here future simple. Okay, where is it? Will, future, H. Okay, so 7H. So 8, have you got a laptop? Okay. Have got, well, C. I'm going to redecorate my house in the summer. Going to, future, F. Okay, and number 10, the film starts at 8, present simple, future meaning. Okay, what do we know about this? Okay, so it is J. The film starts at 8. When I talk about timetables, okay, quite often we use present simple to express something in the future, like the film starts at 8. So, good. Okay, next exercise, fill in the gaps with the verbs in the correct form and tense. Use the full form of the verbs. Okay, so we have to fill in the gaps. Трябва да попълним празните места с вярното граматично време на съответните глаголи в скобите. So, dear Polly, I, in the brackets, arrived in Moscow 3 days ago. Which is the tense there? 3 days ago. It's something that happened in the past. Yes. Arrived. And now, stay with my Russian friend. What can I say there? And I'm staying with my Russian friend, Ira, and her family. Okay. They have got a flat near the city center. So it's have got, yes. It, in the brackets, not be big, but it, in the brackets, be cozy and comfortable. So, it isn't. Okay, it is not big, but it is cozy and comfortable. I try to speak Russian, but it, in the brackets, be a difficult language. So can I say I try to speak Russian, but it is a difficult language? Or isn't it better if I say I'm trying to speak Russian, but it is a difficult language? I dare say that the second one sounds better. I'm trying to speak Russian. Okay? Okay. So, I'm trying to speak Russian, but it is a difficult language. Ira is helping me. Okay. I understand everything her mom and dad tell me. Okay. So it's the present simple. Why? Generally, I understand something. Okay. So, but I cannot speak very fluently. Last night we definitely went to Bolshoi Theater and saw the ballet Swan Lake. It was great. Everybody. Okay. Can I say everybody was wearing formal clothes or everybody wore formal clothes? Which one is better? What do you think? Okay. I dare say that the continuous tense there sounds better. Okay, just because I describe a particular situation there and it puts a kind of emphasis. So, okay, I think it's better to say everybody was wearing formal clothes, but definitely I can say everybody wore formal clothes. I can say this. Without this kind of emphasis there, sometimes the usage of the continuous tense sounds kind of more speaking. Така, смея да кажа, че в това, което имаме тук, абсолютно минават и двата варианта. Everybody wore formal clothes or everybody was wearing formal clothes. Сега, продължителните времена доста често ще стоят в един speaking вариант изключително добре. Точно с този акцент, за който говорим, и акцентиране върху ситуация. Така, абсолютно обаче стои изключително добре everybody wore. Okay? Without this kind of emphasis. Без този елемент така на акцент, който имаме. Okay. So, was everybody was wearing formal clothes? Or everybody wore? Definitely I can say both. So, there in the brackets not be a single free seat. There wasn't. I'm talking about last night, yes? Or there was not. Okay. There was not a single free seat. Russians really, generally, they adore going to the opera and ballet. So present simple, it's in general. Yes, they adore going to the opera and ballet. Tomorrow we are going to circus. Yes. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to the circus. I am looking forward to it because Russian clowns and acrobats are the best in the world. I'm looking forward to. Sounds great there. Okay. So, and definitely I need to use just looking. We have forward to. So, I'm looking forward to it because Russian clowns and acrobats are the best in the world. Обърнете внимание, отново continuous tense, тук звучи изключително добре. Обаче, в един по-официален текст, например в едно CV за работа, завършвайки по този начин, очаквам вашият отговор, доста по-добрият вариант е да кажа I look forward to your response. Окей? Още веднъж продължителните времена стоят изключително добре в един така по-speaking вариант. Добре, продължаваме нататък. You ever be to the circus? Definitely it's the perfect tense. Have you ever been? Yes. Okay. Have you ever been to the circus? I already choose a beautiful present for you. Okay, definitely I have already chosen something that is a fact already, yes? Okay. Okay, I have already chosen a beautiful present for you, and can I say I will buy it tomorrow? Of course I can say it. Can I say I'm going to buy it tomorrow? And I'm going to buy it tomorrow. Yes, I intend to buy it tomorrow. I'm planning to buy it tomorrow. Okay, we can say both here. Така, тук определено мога да кажа както and I will buy it tomorrow и вкарвайки идеята за намерението по отношение утре. Okay, and I'm going to buy it tomorrow. Okay. And I'm going to and I'm going to buy it tomorrow. I hope everything is going well with you. I see you at the end of the month. Okay? So, take care, laugh less. So, I see you. Can I say it here? Okay, and we're talking about the last one here. And so, I see you at the end of the month. I will see you at the end of the month. Definitely something in the future. I will see you. Sounds good. Okay? So, let's move on. So, going on. Fill in the prepositions. Now, last weekend we went a picnic in the country. Okay, I think the best option here is we went for a picnic. Okay, so we went for a picnic in the country. We found a pleasant spot. Well, a small field. Definitely in a small field sounds best here. Okay, so halfway up a low hill, we left our car at the bottom of the hill. At the bottom of the hill, the view The surrounding countryside was lovely. Definitely it is over the surrounding countryside sounds best. So, and it was beautifully sunny. Unfortunately, we hadn't listened to the weather forecast before we left. Yes? The forecast was for rain in the afternoon. So it is quite clear here, yes? Soon black clouds appeared in the sky. We had to go back to the car. Yes, before it started raining. In fact, we have never had much luck with picnics. So perhaps we should think about trying something else. So definitely the last one is about. Now, let's say a few words. Така, иска ми се да помним изрази. Тоест, не бива да имаме очакването, че предлозите ще имат някакъв еквивалент 100% в българският език, който ще отговаря точно. Така, помним изрази. To go for a picnic, to go for a walk, to go for a ride. Yes? Next. A spot in a small field. Сега, и на един предлог, който има контекста в рамките на. Т.е. поставям нещо в рамките на нещо. Т.е. що се отнася до място, пространство, in ще постави нещо в рамките на нещо по-голямо. Що се отнася до време, in има отново тази идея. Окей? Например, аз мога да кажа They pay me in the last 10 days of each month. Of every month. Yes? Така, in the last 10 days, в рамките на последните 10 дни. Плащат ми в рамките на последните 10 дни. They pay me in the last 10 days. Така че in отново има тази идея, когато става дума за време. Що се отнася до at, конкретизира точно кога и къде нещо се случва. Може би това е най-добрата дефиниция за at. At the bottom of the hill. I'm at home. You are at work. They're at the bus stop. Yes? When talking about time, once again, it shows when something happens. I get up at 7. That's it. Okay, moving on, the view over the surrounding countryside. Okay? Един изключително хубав израз, който ми се иска да запомним. The view over. Okay? Was lovely and it was beautifully sunny. Unfortunately, we hadn't listened to the weather forecast before we left home. Окей. Така, айде да кажем няколко думи за употребата на ago и before. След before обикновено имаме някакъв момент или по някакъв начин изразът, който ще имаме след before, така ще бъде момент преди който имаме вече някакво действие. Що се отнася до ago, пред ago поставяме период от време. 2 days ago, a week ago, 10 years ago. С ago използваме past simple tense, що се отнася за before. Доста често before стои с перфектни времена. Тоест, преди момент, доста неопределено звучим. Например, I have never been there before. It means before now. Okay, let's go on. The forecast was for rain. Pay attention here. We have to remember this. And some black clouds appeared in the sky. Отново се връщаме на in. Всичко, което е на небето, ще бъде in. The stars in the sky. The sun in the sky. Yes? The clouds in the sky. Идеята е, че небето е нещо необятно, наистина голямо, така че всичко ще бъде в рамките на. Точно по начина, по който казахме горе. Okay, moving next. We had to go back to the car. Now, to introduces destination. Okay? Tu ще въвежда дестинация в този контекст. Това звучи изключително добре. При глаголите за движение. Okay, I go to work. Next week I'm flying to London. Okay, so to introduce the destination. So moving next, in fact, we have never had much luck with, okay, picnics. And finally, perhaps we should think about, okay, to think about something. Изключително важно е да помним глаголи и предлози заедно. Още веднъж, не бива да имаме очакването, че ще имаме еквивалент в българският език и че те ще имат точен превод в българският език. So we're moving on and we have a great text there. So listen. Have you ever heard someone use the phrase once in a blue moon? People use this expression to describe something that they do not very often. For example, someone might say that he tries to avoid eating sweets because they're unhealthy but will eat chocolate once in a blue moon. Or someone who does not usually like to go to the beach might say, I visit the shore once in a blue moon. While many people use this phrase, not everybody knows the meaning behind it. The first thing to know is that the moon itself is never actually blue. This is just an expression. The phrase blue moon actually has to do with the shape of the moon, not the color. As the moon travels around the earth, it appears to change shape. We associate certain names with certain shapes of the moon. For example, when we can see a small part of the moon, it is called a crescent moon. A crescent moon is a shape that looks like the tip of a fingernail. When we cannot see the moon at all, it is called a new moon. When we can see the entire moon, it is called a full moon. Usually, there is only one full moon every month. Sometimes, however, there will be 2 full moons in 1 month. When this happens, the second full moon is called a blue moon. Over the next 20 years, there will only be 15 blue moons. As you can see, a blue moon is a very rare event. This fact has led people to use the expression once in a blue moon to describe other very rare events in their lives. Okay, so we have some questions there. Which of the following would be a good example of someone doing something once in a blue moon? So let's see, the first one. Mary likes to go to the mountains every weekend. Mary goes to the mountains once in the blue moon. What did you remember there? Okay. What was there in the text? What was the meaning of the expression? So it means when somebody does something, okay, rarely, okay? We talk about rare events. So every weekend is not that rare. So definitely we cannot use it here. Така, изразът once in a blue moon ще означава когато някой прави нещо изключително рядко. В този контекст и в контекста на нашия текст и в смисълът на нашия текст, така, идеята е, че a blue moon е когато имаме 2 пълни луни в рамките на 1 месец, а това се случва изключително рядко. Тоест, blue в този контекст няма връзка с цвета на луната. Actually, a moon is never blue. Yes? В този контекст използваме фразата once in a blue moon, когато става дума за нещо, което се случва изключително рядко. So, Tom rarely remembers to take out the trash. Tom takes out the trash once in a blue moon. Definitely I can say it here. Okay? So, talking about the second sentence. Yes? He rarely remembers to take out the trash. He takes it out once in a blue moon. Okay, let's have a look. Next. Cindy actually hates to wash the dishes. Nevertheless, she does it every day. Cindy washes the dishes once in a blue moon. Every day is not once in a blue moon. Ming sometimes forgets to do his homework. Ming forgets to do his homework once in a blue moon. Sometimes. Well, definitely. It is not once in a blue moon. Let's go on. Question number 2. When does a blue moon happen in nature? So let's see. When there are 2 full moons in 1 month, when the moon has a blue color, when we cannot see the moon at all, when we can only see a small part of the moon. Well, definitely it's the first one. When we have 2 full moons in 1 month and it's a rare event. Well, the moon is never blue. Yes? Question number 3. Okay, reading here. Using the passage as a guide, it can be understood that which of the following sentences does not contain an expression? So, and when we talk about this question, the answer is definitely I'll mow the grass after I finish my homework. Moving on, number 4. As described in paragraph 3, what is another example of something that has a crescent shape? Do you remember this? When you see a very small part of something. Yes? And when we talk about the moon there, it is definitely, the moon looks like the letter C. Don't you agree? In next, number 5, in the final paragraph, the author states over the next 20 years there will only be 15 blue moons. This means that over the next 20 years a blue moon will happen. Okay. Once a year, less than once a year, more than once a year, not enough information is provided. Okay, definitely we have to think a bit. I think that, well, definitely less than once a year. Okay, yes. Okay, just because we're talking about 20 years and 15 times, okay? So less than a year. So number 6, as used in the final paragraph, which is the best antonym of rare? Antonym, it means the opposite. Yes, strange, colorful, infrequent. So rare means when it happens, well, seldom actually. So definitely the word here is common. Okay, and moving on, the next one. Okay, give me a second. So number 7, in the final paragraph the author writes, as you can see, a blue moon is a very rare event. The purpose of this statement is to answer an earlier question, provide an example, support an upcoming conclusion, challenge a previous statement. While following the text, definitely what we see there, what we read in that last sentence, it's a conclusion. Don't you think so? Following the text and having read this, we have to say that this is support of the conclusion. Okay? So, okay, that's it. Support of a conclusion.